Hey y'all, hey, it's Goddess Dawn. Listen, I went to court today to see what was what with Tory Lanez' surprise hearing. And yeah, let's talk about what happened.
It's Goddess Dawn. Like and subscribe. Comment something nice. Love in this light. Here's Goddess Dawn. Goddess Dawn. Goddess Dawn.
Peace, world, peace. Welcome back to Goddess Dawn Speaks. I am Goddess Dawn, the warrior. And yeah, just a quick update about Tory Lanez. He had a hearing today, which wasn't on the calendar. He was supposed to have his sentencing January 27th. But as a result of today's hearing, that date has been pushed to February 28th. And Tory also has new attorneys who have subbed in, David Kenner being the lead. He is known for working for Snoop Dogg, Suge Knight, Pros. So, he's a known figure, the LA criminal law scene. One thing about David Kenner, you're going to recognize him. Yeah, the face is quite stretched. We call that Beverly Hills stretched. And looks kind of like a plastic. Yeah. Should I pull up a picture? I guess I should have had a picture ready to go. Let me pull up a picture real quick. Now here is David Kenner, and this looks a little dated. He looks a lot older, and his face looks more plasticky. But this is pretty much the gist. As someone who has lived in LA her whole life, I have recognized this man as a figure on the scene, we'll just say, in hip hop circles. He's somebody that has come highly recommended to people. And I guess now it's Tory Lanez' turn. Now, people mistake him as the attorney who represented him with the criminal trial that I believe landed him in his current prison bid. But he actually represented Suge in a civil case with regard to that situation. And it ended up, I believe, in a hung jury. So we'll see, what David Kenner does. He still has to review transcripts. That was one of the things that he let the judge know, is that he didn't have any transcripts and he needed to prepare, for the new trial as if it's already granted. But, the prosecution, they want to keep a tight leash on the sentencing date. So they were okay with 2/28/23. The judge did let everyone know that there's a 10-day window for which Tory will be sentenced from that 2/28 hearing date. So he's not just flying free in the wind when it comes to the sentencing. It's definitely happening, and it's happening soon. So the January 27th date has been vacated. The new lawyers have been signed off on by the judge. And again, the new sentencing date or the new hearing date is 2/28. In the meantime, we're going to really see the motions from David Kenner. I'm pretty sure he's not the one sitting behind the computer typing them up, but he's definitely ordering up motions to be filed on Tory's behalf. He did bring up the fact Tory was at the jail earlier. He was told by the guard that his wristband was too loose to be transported. He called someone, I believe on a phone or a walkie-talkie, a higher up, and asked what should he do in this situation. And the higher up told him to just write it up as a refusal. So this explains why we were getting mixed messages from the court, because when we were inquiring, and I say we, but it was really the Caucasian press that were able to get answers from the deputies. They were letting the press know that, we were told it was a refusal earlier this morning on Tory's part, not wanting to be transported. So now we know that was not the case. And knowing that the press is in the room, that everything he says is going to be recorded. He was even speaking to Nancy of Rolling Stone, specifically outside in the hallway quite a bit. So she, typically does have the scoop. I haven't even looked at anyone's Twitter at this point. I just actually got home from court. I'm tired. I sat around all this morning and pretty much early afternoon for Tory Lanez. So now David Kenner also brought up the fact that back in April 15th of 22, a protective order, or I put a gag order in parentheses, was put on Tory to where he couldn't speak out on any of the case, any details, um, anything. And he says there have been a number of people who were connected to the case who have been putting out statements. And he wants the protective order on Tory to be absolved. Now, the judge wasn't ready to let it go at this point. He said that he's not prepared to absolve, but he will take it up on February 28th, which is the next hearing date. He also stated bail remains at no bail. Kenner also addressed the media by speaking with the judge, of course, but he said, the media stated that there has been a refusal by Tory, and that the guard said, the guard said the wristband was too loose, and the other guard told him just to write it off as a refusal, as I mentioned before. I did forget that he did address the media to say they need to fix that or clear that up. So it's obvious, not just from Kenner, but even from McDeasian, his previous defense, and even Rock Nation, of course, Alex Spiro being their lead attorney over there, but Alex Bott and DA Ta actually in the chairs of the DAs prosecuting this case. It's been very apparent that public opinion is very important to these people. Especially, it seems, the defense side of things, for whatever reason, they feel it's very important for the public to be very aware of what's going on in the court, which is why I'm sure the judge signed off on the exhibits being made public so quickly and seems like without any hesitation. But there were a lot of speculations going into this hearing. We kind of reunited with some people that we had met during the trial. So we were able to catch up with folks and also talk about, why are we here today? Like I have people I talk to who are in the field of law. Speculations were maybe an appeal bond will be requested. And being that it wasn't, you can rest assured it will be filed very soon. Now, David Kenner, he's 81 years old, y'all. And I don't know, and hearing him speak, he sounded like grandpa, you know what I mean? But that doesn't take anything away from his, mental capacity. He's been doing this for a very long time, but 81 years old, it kind of makes me wonder, why is he still doing this? Seems to me he should be vacationing. He should be on a cruise. I don't know. Anything but this. Or maybe, they pulled him out of retirement for Tory Lanez. I'm not sure. But very interesting, to say the least. Tory was there in his county orange jumpsuit and his sock-like beanie. I say sock-like because it looked like a makeshift beanie. It wasn't a do-rag, but it wasn't a real cap. But it looked like it, like I said, a sock-like beanie. I'll stick with that. Maybe, it's also used for puppets after it's off of the head. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I saw, okay? So pretty much that's it. David Kenner, he needs to get his hands on the transcript so he can go through everything with his team and prepare the motions. And he said specifically for a new trial, okay? And, the prosecution made it very clear they've got an eye on this sentencing date. They want it wrapped up. So, yeah, we will see what type of motions Kenner files and how the judge responds to these motions. Personally, I doubt very much the judge is just going to turn the case over and say, yeah, let's just go ahead and do a new trial. Because that trial was a lot. Okay, it was literally a circus, to be honest. Pretty sure the judge would definitely not want to just throw it away. So that's all I got for now. I do have a video I'm going to post, myself, attorney Afi Patterson, and somewhat towards the end, our friend Vince comes in, and he's somebody who watched the trial with us and was at court and in the hallways and all that. So hopefully you guys check that video out. But yeah, that's the update for today. Like, share, subscribe, of course. Comment and let me know your thoughts. Y'all don't be commenting. I need some comments now. But definitely share and subscribe if you haven't done so. And I appreciate you so much. Until next time, bye.